Alright, so now we're going to do timers and counters. So I'm going to do something where I'm going to build into my screen here. Let's say we push this button 3 times and then it goes a certain amount of time and turns this latch on. And in the screen I will have, in the screen I'll have a window for inputting the amount of time we want and a window for viewing number of counts. So I'm going to add this counter in here. Sorry, I just doing it in my head there. I'm going to add this counter here, and in RSLogix 500 you can't have 2 output type instructions at the end of a rung, and RSLogix you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, that button's going to be pressed. Let's see, we want this to be 3 times. Let's just say 3 times. So that button's going to get pressed. Every time that button gets pressed, this counter is going to count up. And the counter, just like all instructions, they have these these status bits here on the side. And on a counter, you have the CU, which is count up, and this is really handy right here. If you highlight an instruction and you push F1, you will get the help file for that instruction, and it'll tell you all about it, what everything is here, what everything does. I use this all the time for instructions. Sometimes it's weird, wacky instructions that I don't use all the time, and I come across them, and I'm like, whoa, well, how's that work? Okay, and I have to use it all the time, so use it. Don't feel bad that you have to use it. I don't feel bad that I have to use it. So the CU here is while this is counting up. So when this guy is high, meaning true, and we increase this value by 1, this count up will go high. And if it's not done, so as long as it's not done, it's counting up. The done bit is when it's reached this preset value, it's done. So what's going to happen here is this button's going to be pressed 3 times, and when it's done, this bit's going to go high. This guy's going to latch. Okay, so but we don't want that exactly. So we are going to do the timer here. We're going to put a timer in here. So when this guy's done, we're going to change this guy to a TON, which is a timer. And I think I said it was T4:47, right? And time base is going to be 1 second. You can change the time base. I don't think we could do millisecond. Well, this is like, I think this is a RSLogix. We're not going to be able to do the milliseconds. We'll just stick to 1 second here. And the preset's going to be what we have it set at, which is 45 over here. If you notice what I was doing there, I have the preset over here. And when I compile this, it'll populate there. And again, a timer is an output instruction. So we can't have that on the end of a rung. So we're going to have to make another branch here. It's much, they did a lot better job at RSLogix. This is a lot easier to deal with, but RSLogix 500 is pretty old. So T4:47 slash, well, you can say slash or you can say dot. It's the same thing. And so now what's going to happen is we're going to push this button 3 times. It's going to get done. This is going to stay high. Actually, I have to move that in here. And I like, just for housekeeping purposes, to make all my rungs the same. So we're going to push this guy 3 times. And when it's done, that bit's going to stay high. And then this guy's going to latch. Oh, I got these backwards. We want this here, this here, this here, and this here. Alright, now I think we got it. So we're going to 3 times, done. We're going to time. When our timers, again, when this is high and this timer is counting, it's going to be enabled. We probably want this to be, let's say 3 seconds. Or milliseconds, it would be 3,000. So this guy's going to be done counting. And we'll change that over here real quick. When this guy gets done, this is going to begin timing. It's going to get done timing. It's going to latch this bit in. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to, just so we can see this here, see, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, we latched it in, our status is good, and now we're gonna unlatch it with this button. Oh, why can't we unlatch it? Look at that. So what we're gonna need here, we're going to need to change our code here a little bit. Let's see. One thing I might put here is a one-shot instruction. And what a one-shot instruction, I guess we're going to add that into this guy, is it is only going to be true for 1 scan. So this timer is going to be allowed to pass through this one-shot once. Once this is high, and the rung is true, this one shot will ignore this instruction. So it keeps this, what we got going on here, from happening again. But we also need, let me just get a bit here. We're going to go with B3:115. So what we also need here is a reset for the counter, because the reason this is happening is because this counter is not being reset. So we're going to need a reset. and a reset is RES. And we're going to reset this gun. Okay. Let's try that code one more time. So when we hit the stop button, we reset my counter here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're counting 1, 2, 3, boom. We're latched in. Status is high. And then we're going to unlatch it. And we're good to go.